Every year, projects experience unforeseen circumstances, such as adverse geotechnical conditions, floodplain issues, and various permitting hurdles which could have been avoided. No two locations are identical, and critical mistakes in the site selection process can result in huge delays and cost overruns. What can we do to ensure that our project does not fall into the same mistake? This beautiful town is Felgueiras, where Coloplast's biggest facility will soon emerge from a hilly industrial land plot approximately 7 kilometers far from the city center. The official announcement of the project was made in October 2023, but little know that this journey with ambitious goals has started few months earlier. In this video, we will cover the 7 most critical technical aspects of a site due diligence process from the engineer's perspective. A site selection process always starts with a well-prepared team, including human resources, lawyers, accountants, advisors, the right mix of stakeholders, experts and engineers. Identifying suitable land plots for big-scale industrial facilities in a new country is never easy. Local networks and supportive local agencies are key for successful identification of suitable land plots. Defining the criterion for the correct plot size based on growth strategy is always a critical decision-making point. One of the worst things what can happen in the lifetime of an operating production site is that the size of the land plot becomes an obstacle for future expansions and limiting the growth potential. In case of Coloplast's new site, 2 building stages were defined during the master planning phase, resulting in a total gross floor area of approximately 120,000 square meters and a total footprint of approximately 72,000 square meters. Setting the absolute minimum land plot size at 110,000 square meters ensured that doubling the production capacity on the same site will never be an obstacle in the future. Irregularly shaped land plots, however, are having a serious disadvantage because of lacking efficiency for internal production flows and increased construction costs. Production facilities are dependent on easy logistic accessibility and, more importantly, available human resources to operate efficiently. Felgueiras, with a population of approximately 60,000, is located approximately 60 kilometers northeast from Porto, the second largest city in Portugal. Porto's metropolitan area has around 1.7 million people. Beside the beautiful landscape and the rich culture of the city, Porto also has something very important to offer: a direct sea connection through its cargo port. Coloplast's land plot is well suited with a direct highway connection leading all the way into the port. When unregulated, non-industrial zoned land plots are listed as potential production sites, the most important question should be, what can it go wrong? The short answer is everything. If you are lucky enough, you can successfully complete the permitting and zoning processes with a very careful and slow approach. But skeletons will appear in the form of environmental impact assessments, greenery surveys, protected animals, upset community from the neighborhood, etc. And obtaining the building permit can take years instead of months. For fast-track industrial projects, predictability is like air what we breathe. Thanks to Felgueiras' vision and long-term objective of significantly expanding its industrial park, the process was started years ahead, which paved the road for an easy and quick permitting process for the CMPT I project. The potential area was already industrial zone with clear restrictive covenants such as land use ratio, height limits, footprint ratio, etc. when the site was shortlisted. Many environmental conditions can have dangerous impacts on site security. Common serious risks are flooding, wildfire, and pollution such as heavy metals, oil, phenols, etc. History verification about the risk of adverse environmental conditions and archaeological studies and records are unavoidable. Geotechnical surveys are mandatory to identify presence of pollutants in the soil and groundwater. Soil layer boundaries and geotechnical parameters used as basis for analysis of cost and time benefits between different land plots. Weak conditions or pollutions make the overall construction more expensive and prolonging the project duration. Similarly to the weak geotechnical conditions, unfavorable topographical situations can impact the budget and endanger project delivery. Seriously unfavorable topographical condition was present on Coloplast's new site, since it was only the top of a mountain scrapped from the vegetation layer less than a year ago. However, the impacts were completely mitigated by the strategic approach with the municipality, professional design, scheduling, close coordination, and high on-site performance. During this process, approximately 540,000 cubic meters earth and rock have been excavated, and approximately 580,000 cubic meters backfilling is still in progress. Heavy earthworks for the first stage has already been completed, providing an 80,000 square meters flat area to start construction works in June. Production facilities are the biggest utility consumers. Available connection points with the right capacities are critical to complete and operate the facility. Supportive local governance is an advantage in the establishment of the supply connection points. In many cases, when the consumption is significant, permitting procedures with national infrastructure companies cannot be avoided. Cost of infrastructure development and the duration can easily detour even a well-organized process. Sometimes, the permitting procedure and infrastructure development requires the same duration as the construction itself. Coloplast's new facility will not consume any natural gas, and having an ambitious goal of covering 100% of the electricity consumption from renewable sources. The odds are favorable, because Portugal is dedicated to reach a renewable power generation share of 80% by 2026, 4 years earlier than previously planned. We work with clients to assess potential risks or defects that may affect the value, feasibility, or performance of the property or the project. Our work always starts with a proper site technical due diligence and master plan study to help owners make informed decisions and mitigate risks before they become costly or problematic. Thank you for watching.